We want to take you to the small town of Shuqualak. That's just north of Meridian, Mississippi, and that's where Mike Bettes is standing in front of extreme amounts of rubble. And Mike, the tornadoes, the images that we get now with so many people with their phones, this thing was massive that we got video of.
Yeah, I think it's kind of almost rare these days, Stephanie, that a tornado is not captured on camera, and I think there's no question that's what happened here in eastern Mississippi. You know, you're taking a look behind me at a mobile home that took a direct hit, and this has just been a flattened structure. You can see just debris here, giant tree that's through the home as well. The kitchen's basically laying here in the ditch. This home was actually about 100 feet behind me, got thrown into the street. They actually had to come through with big heavy equipment to clear out the street so emergency vehicles could come through. But it has been, you know, truly a devastating scene here across all of eastern Mississippi and much of the South. We think at least now 3 tornadoes striking, crushing cars. Bigger structures have been damaged. Large steel reinforced structures have been hit. Homes have been hit, including the one here behind me. I spoke with a gentleman when I got here early yesterday evening. He was in his home at the time the tornado struck, and it tossed him 100 feet from his house. Here's what he had to say about it.
Basically, from the roaring of the storm to the picking up one end of it, and as I was trying to get down on the floor, it just picked the whole thing up and bumped it, both of the trailers together, and I ended up out by the fence. With the dog looking at me and looked like asking me if I was okay.
Tell you what, he just had, I think he was a little bit of stunnedness in his voice when I talked to him yesterday. But here's what's interesting, Stephanie, about what happened to him. The tornado actually, for the most part, tossed his house into the front yard and into the street. He was actually tossed into the backyard. So what may have actually happened was there was maybe a multi-vortex that came through here, because his house and he were thrown in 2 separate directions, so maybe it had been a very small funnel that hit his house, but very powerful one. I would suspect that the winds here at least EF to at least 120 miles an hour.